What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are at Cedar Rapids, Eastern Iowa Airport for the third airport update for the month of October 2024. Got ourselves a nearly full update and one extra aircraft to make up for the lack of a gate space occupation up there on the far side on gate 5. So I think that gate, and that's the only one now that has not yet been occupied in our Cedar Rapids airport updates. Got a very loaded schedule here, tons of fun things coming up for CID, and a lot more fun things as well. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started at Gate 1. Starting off at Gate 1, we have this Allegiant Airbus A320 coming in from Punta Gorda, Florida as Flight 854 at 1:32 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 2:03 p.m. arrival. So happy to report that all the Florida airports are now reopened after Hurricane Milton passed through the state. Unfortunately, left a lot of devastating impact in its wake, so my thoughts go out to those affected by that hurricane and also to Helene, to those affected in those respective areas as well. So two hurricanes in the last couple of weeks impacting the United States. Certainly not what we want to see, and hopefully those that have been affected are able to get back on the right track very soon. But the good news is it looks like most, if not all, the Florida airports have reopened and operations have resumed. If they're not at full capacity yet, hopefully they will be very soon. And Punta Gorda, certainly one of those airports that was closed from Milton. So for our Punta Gorda service in the future for Cedar Rapids, it will be a twice-weekly service going through November, and then in December they're going to double the frequency up to 4 weekly for all of the holiday travelers heading down to Florida. And then moving along, so I get adjusted here, we've got ourselves Air Wisconsin Retro on the ground at Gate 2. So first time using this at Cedar Rapids. Very happy that Gemini released this model just over a year ago now. I've had this in the collection for almost exactly a year now, I think, because it was announced in September. I got it like early October or something, maybe late September. I don't remember exactly when, but I've had this model for around a year now, so happy that I've gotten to use it so many times now in airport updates. This came in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 6127 at 9:19 p.m., delayed from a 7:54 p.m. scheduled arrival. So this aircraft delayed by just under an hour and a half. And I checked the flight schedules for O'Hare to Cedar Rapids, and unfortunately the Air Wisconsin CRJ-200s will be swapped out in November, so they'll send in some other aircraft here as we move forward. And then now on over to Gate 3. We've got the American A319, the Legacy US or LUS aircraft. Hopefully Gemini does do an IAE A319, since that's pretty popular of a request, and Gemini's been doing a great job of getting to those, and mainly the retro department, so hopefully they can maybe switch back over to some of the modern stuff and get to those as well. This A319 came in from DFW as Flight 2394 at 8:22 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 8:38 p.m. arrival. And now, I'm going to flip the camera over to the other side so you can get a good look at United. Lovely 737-800 Evo Blue sitting right here at gate number 4. This came in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 2296 at 9:38 p.m., delayed from a 9:31 p.m. scheduled arrival, so only behind by 7 minutes. All right, next to that, we've got another United aircraft, Evo Blue 175 on the ground, also from Chicago O'Hare. This is a SkyWest-operated flight, 5448, arriving in at 7:02 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 7:15 p.m. arrival. Then we got an interesting Delta mainline flight, or not necessarily mainline here. Just an A319 on the ground here at Gate 8, officially labeled as Gate 8A, but don't see anything for Gate 8A on the current satellite imagery, so I've just placed it here at the existing Gate 8 apron that I have right now. This A319 came in from Minneapolis as Flight 8800, so I don't know what's up with all the 8s. Delta trying to make a reference, maybe? I don't know. Pilots up there trying to make a reference, and I think they do a pretty good job with all of the number 8s and the A's featured here. This arrived in at 10:18 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 10:52 p.m. arrival, and I'm led to believe this is some sort of repositioning, repo flight, something like that, and I've never seen one go into Cedar Rapids, so pretty interesting stuff here for Delta. They don't have any main line from Minneapolis right now, it's just the little regional jets coming in right now. But one mainline service they do have is to Atlanta, and that's up here at Gate 7, or Gate 9, excuse me. Delta 737-800S coming back into play. Happy that I have this from NG, who are trying to make a big impact with their little commission/voting program that they have. You can vote for various models and make all kinds of cool impacts on future releases. So hopefully NG will utilize that to its fullest potential as we move forward. Back on topic to CID, we have this Delta 738 coming in from Atlanta as flight 2626 at 9:28 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 9:48 p.m. arrival. And our last aircraft at the terminal here, we've got an Embraer 175 from MSP, parked at gate number 7. This ride in as flight 3604, operated by SkyWest at 5:03 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 5:21 p.m. arrival. And that moves me down to our last aircraft of the update, which is going to be an Alaska 737 MAX 9. Not in the West Coast Orca livery. I only have this here because this is the only Alaska MAX 9 that I have. I still need to get my hands on a regular livery, and I hope Gemini does another release of it soon. Considering they did a MAX 8, I would not be surprised if that does come out here imminently. So this 737 MAX 9 arrived in from Seattle as flight 9726 at 2:34 p.m., delayed from a 2:30 p.m. scheduled arrival, so just behind by 4 minutes. And this is arriving to pick up the Washington Huskies football team. They played in Iowa City against the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they lost by a score of 40-16. It's the first time those two teams have met up under the same conference. Recently, the Washington Huskies, along with several other teams from the Pac-12 conference, moved to the Big Ten conference. So this is the first time that Washington and Iowa got to meet as Big Ten member schools. So a lot of conference realignments going on. I know with Pac-12 there were other schools that went to, I think, the Big 12 and the ACC, I believe one school went to that conference as well. So a lot of movements going on with the NCAA conference realignment. It's really interesting for me to follow as a still somewhat new collegiate sports fan. Watch a lot of college football, of course, and you saw recently with the charters that Sioux Falls got with Southwest, a couple 737-800s and a 737 MAX 8 coming in from Youngstown, Ohio, and Chicago Midway. That was really fun to catch for Youngstown State. And that is everything we have for this update. Number 3 on the series so far. So really happy with the progress for Cedar Rapids. A nice full, almost full update here. Every gate but one occupied, and a lot of fun things going on here at Cedar Rapids. Stay tuned for some more exciting things coming up as we head into November and beyond. Some more announcements will be made here in the near future. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.